Right then, clear the deck, dim the lights, and pour yourself something dark. Tonight, on Moviedrome, we're plunging headfirst into a film when it hit cinemas in 1982 was dead on arrival. The critics hated it, the studio panicked, slapping on a drippy, bored-sounding voiceover, and tacked on a ridiculously sunny happy ending, lifted straight out of the Shining's unused footage. But Ridley Scott's Blade Runner wasn't built for the summer of 1982. It was built for the future, and as it turns out, for us. Adapted from Philip K. Dick's paranoia-drenched novel Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, the film drops Harrison Ford, fresh off Star Wars and Raiders, looking utterly exhausted, in a rain-slicked, neon-drenched Los Angeles of 2019. He plays Rick Deckard, a burnt-out ex-cop whose job is to retire, read that as execute, 4 escaped replicants, genetically engineered synthetic humans who just want one thing: more life. And that brings us to the real soul of the film, Rutger Hauer as Roy Batty. Hauer is electric. He is a cybernetic Lucifer, part Nietzschean Superman, part Doom poet, wearing a leather coat like a dystopian punk rocker. When he delivers that legendary, largely improvised Tears in the Rain monologue at the climax, he completely steals the movie right under from Ford's feet. What makes Blade Runner an absolute masterpiece isn't just the plot, which is essentially a classic 1940s hard-boiled film noir wrapped in a metallic wrapper. It's the staggering vision. Ridley Scott, fresh off Alien, combined with greasy, cluttered aesthetic of French comic movie artist Moebius with classic German expressionism, and Vangelis synth-heavy, intoxicating score, and you have a world that feels damp, overcrowded, corporate, and decaying all at once. Is Deckard a replicant himself? Depending on which cut you watch. And believe me, we could talk for hours about the work print versus the director's cut versus the final cut. The answer changes. But that was the genius of it. It forces you to ask, when the machines show more humanity, grief, and desperation than the cold, cynical humans who build them, what does being human actually mean? So sit back and soak in one of the most visual, influential, and beautifully bleak science fiction films ever put to celluloid. Here is Blade Runner. And me in Blade Runner. Look, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Blade Runner. Hard to believe it's taken so long. Let's see who's in. Reading movies. The reason I'm late, because I had to run upstairs to get my Blade Runner book by Philip K. Dick. Now, obviously, it's the Android's Dream of Electric Sheep version, but it's just plastered in the modern vernacular. And he's early for a change. Welcome. Santa Sabine's here. Good evening. Davey, yep. Fiery, the angels fell. Deep thunder rolled around their shoes. Good evening, Sean. Yes, hurry up. He's keen for this one. Is it fucker or father? Ooh, where do we go from here? Hello, Ian. What a distinctive and unique film this is. Shame that it didn't do as well when it first came out, but definitely found its feet over time. Yes, 40 years, or technically 10 years for the director's cut. And it's Sean's favourite film of all time. Well, we've got plenty of stories coming up. Yes, hope I do it justice. Wake up. Time to die. Joe, producers here. Best behaviour then. Good evening, Josh. And Brian fucking James, yes. Sadly lost him early, didn't we? Gardens here, good evening. An absolute classic, good. Anyone on the negative train yet? Oh, someone's on the train to Wales with bad internet. And the score is perfection. Saving this until someone picked up. It's a re-release, but yeah, apparently the actual score wasn't available proper until years later. But this is a re-release pressed on heavy vinyl, it says. But yeah, picture on there. But yeah, I was listening to earlier to get you in the mood. Like Jive Bunny, get you in the mood. Right. Yes, we know he's a fan. He knows all the information of which cut this is. We are watching the theatrical cut. But the very kind producer, Josh, sent me this. Now, this is the same version. It might be this tape that I rented way back in '83, probably. What's the packaging say? I don't think it's. So does the light's gone on, mate. Oh, the packaging says 83. So yes, I would have I rented this pretty much weekly. This, Empire Strikes Back, and the only one, Empire's the only one I'm missing. But I got Rocky 3. These three Warners and a CBS Fox regular rental. Probably could have paid for them the 80 quid back then to buy them and save money. Right, let's before we start. Oh, sorry, he's not a replicant. Oh, there goes my poll, as it were. So, is Deckard a replicant? Yes, no, depends on the cut. And in the sequel, he says no. But yeah, he's not a replicant. The whole show falls apart if he is. Ripley can shove it up his opinion up his ass. Ripley does say it is. Oh, hang on, the tape's playing. Without me doing anything, let's bring it on. Right, there we go. The Lad Company. It's either going to be Police Academy or it's going to be Blade Runner for me. With that, Sunny Rill. Oh, we love Rill. Good evening, Iris. We will find out what Dick Standing says about this later. Oh dear. So yeah, this is the theatrical cut on VHS, which is certificate AA, and I should be playing it, shouldn't I, on my theatrical cut copy here. But it is 114 minutes on PAL VHS, so it's a lot of shenanigans with this. So yes, there is the Blade Runner. And then while we're waiting, let's have a look. You can see it in the background. Let's have a look at this.
I met her at the Terrell Corporation. You know, the big boys in genetic engineering. They manufacture humans. Hell, they're so human you can't tell them from the real thing, and that's a problem. A big problem.
If I didn't care,
Say, kiss me.
more than words can say. If I didn't
Whiskey, yes. Goes well with whiskey. And
That's not my kind of place.
then why do I thrill?
no, not Joanna. Oh,
No choice, pal.
that's it. Zoops. The bounty advert.
Rachel?
You trust me?
And then again, who does? See that? That's the original trailer, which doesn't do the film any favors at all. But there we go. We'll get back into that later. So what are we saying? Yes? No? It seems to be the... See, I played this earlier. Perfect. Not even a glitch. Now it's jumping like a bitch. Right. The sequel is actually great too. I do like the sequel. Now, the only problem with this one, it calls them androids, but they're actually genetically engineered humans. So an android to me is a robot. If it's got living tissue, then it's a cyborg, isn't it? But then we get the epic opening. Hang on, let's move us out of the way so we can see this. Oh, look. Now, if anyone that's been past Port Talbot at night will know about the fires. Just get that off. But the sequel is amazing. Yes, I love the sequel. I was very surprised how good it is. But Port Talbot's a mini version of this with the fires and the gas and the lights all at night. But it's somewhere up north that Ridley Scott had a similar area of all gas factories and things with flames. Because someone sort the tracking out. It should sort itself out in a minute. Sadly, I don't have the video anymore, but have the DVD box set, 4 versions, 1 voiceover forever. Oh, Mr. Jensen's going for voiceover. I was gonna. There'll be a poll later for which cut is your preference. But this and then the spinners and technically there was a sequel in the 90s. Does anyone know what the spin-off side sequel was in the 90s? Ooh, I don't think I'll watch the sequel. I think you might like the sequel. It's a proper one, not a cash grab. It's the mystery that brings us back, isn't it? I might just get up in a minute and eject this bitch. Yes, you should, Ian. One sequel. It's worth the watch. Yes, it's not a cash in. See, me and Josh agree for once. Oh, Davey's chiming in with it's not a replicant at all. There's the late great Brian James. No ponytail in this one. Well, yes, there is. In this version, we will see some Kubrick footage. So, right, winding me up. It was my fault for running it too early to see if it was all right. And it was fine. But there we go. Hopefully okay. I will need a stiff drink to watch the sequel. But I added my watch list, so we trust this. Yeah, I think it's worth the watch. More human than human is our motto, yes. Vangelis, yes, I got a few of his scores. I've realized I got a CD. Oh, it's not Spinner going past. Voiceover cut is my first. Nice to see the extra scenes in the director's cut by further noir feel of the theatrical cut. Yes, I've never had a problem with the voiceover myself, but I watched this cut more than the definitely more than the well, I'm trying to figure out which cuts I do watch. I think the final cut was the last one I watched, but I'm old enough that I was very excited when the director's cut, which was only Ridley was too busy to go through it and put the footage in, but they used the work print cut. So that's the director's cut, but it technically wasn't. But I watched that in a cinema in London. I think other people, I said the Doctor Impossible was there. But we just never knew each other back then. It's an amazing sequel. See, you get more votes for that than any other sequel ever will. Chris is sheriff again. Got a refund? Yeah, I gotta get that. Ain't worth shit. I got a couple of backups here, so that's Dimes Off River. We got the original Warner retail release, which I had back in the day. Ooh. There you go. Part of the range with, was it Outland, Final Countdown, Inner Space, Twilight Zone, Bloody Lights are on me again, other films. And then, I have a widescreen version, which is the director's cut upstairs, but I forgot to bring it down. But we've got the Screen Classics version, which I think is the theatrical version again, although it says 112 minutes. But it doesn't say. Yes, to the Off-World Connolly's. No, we're not talking about lasers anymore. Yeah, how many people from this have passed? Rutger and I'm trying to think of the others now. Brian James. We've still got James Hong. We've still got Harrison Ford. Here he is. First introduction, 8 minutes in. Now, if you've seen the sequel, I won't spoil it. The opening with Dave B is what was supposed to happen here, where Deckard goes and finds someone early on in the film and has a fight, but they reused it in the sequel. My version has 2 discs, a Blu-ray and a 4K. I guess that makes it a double Deckard. Welcome, Iris. They don't advertise killers in a newspaper. So yes, Harrison Ford forced to do a voiceover, couldn't change the script or anything, couldn't ad-lib or anything, just had to read the script, so he did in the most monotone way version possible, thinking it would never get released, and they did. Not as good as Connery doing the opening to Highlander in a toilet over the phone, but it Might do watch Flesh and Blood. I was going to do that tonight, but I couldn't be bothered. It's not a fun film. And Noodles, yes. Every time I go to stand up, it behaves itself. It wasn't an execution, it was called retirement. Anyone who reads the book of this might be in for a surprise. Totally different feel and not like this movie at all. No, the book. I have read the book a couple of years ago for the first time, but yeah, very different. They're not replicants for a start. That's a Ripley idea. He say you Blade Runner. And then there's the great, was it James Edward Olmos, who also, now this is another thing. If they're replicants, if they're androids, and the only way is to tell is by emotionally checking them, technically, doesn't that make them physically humans and everything? But isn't there an easier test? The same with the Battlestar Galactica remake TV series, which was great, but they were supposed to be Cylons, but they were identical to humans. And now, if you look at this Purge picture, this is the same as the alien display when they're on their landing ship. But this, if you could see it, the spanner. But we got a nice trip to the city here, and this is just, it's miniatures, it's bloody back projection, and it's all matte paintings. It's just amazing what they did back then. I will give the new one credit. It does look good. Good evening, Wilkie. I was to say, have you finished your lunch? Welcome. Wilkie's we're gonna arrange a date for Taken with Liam Neeson next month. This movie highly influenced the cyberpunk genre. It did. Now, apparently, you can. Oh, that I just saw it. The Millennium Falcon is like on its side on the top of one of the buildings, and there's a kitchen sink as one of the buildings, but I don't know where that is. Ooh, you can go twice, Kenny Myers. I did eject, although am I that far behind? I am that far behind. So I'm going to have to be pretty fussy about the chat now, so sorry about that. It wasn't hardware, it was Soldier. Yeah, Soldier has a spinner in the garbage pile. And then I think they're supposed to be some sort of replicants plus. Ooh, Wild Palms, I remember them. The one with Kurt Russell, that's it. I've not watched any of the other versions. Oh, that's nice. Soldier, yes. Soldier I can watch, but it's really mediocre. Yes, it is. You'd think it'd be awesome, but it's not. Brian James is the best thing in Crywave, and that has Bruce Campbell in it. Yes, the sophomore effort to Evil Dead from Sam Raimi. Yeah, there's a spinner in the garbage piles. It's the same universe. That's about it. Sophie, cool fish. That's what the wife called me. But I will add, there's a young adult novelization written by Les Martin, only 91 pages and lots of pictures. I do have a PDF or copy of the souvenir magazine that came out when this. Oh dear. Your buildings and the sci-fi masterpieces. The world building, yes. Because the original script it was all indoors, taking place in offices and houses and all sorts. But Ridley wanted to expand on that because Ridley was going to be doing Dune. Then his older brother died, and he just needed something to do because Dune was stalling. So this came along. He took this. This is his first American film because Alien was filmed in Britain with a British crew, where this had a lot of problem with the American crew not being like the British crew, which is the reverse of Aliens. But there you go. Remember liking the voice version less. Oh, it was like they were trying to explain everything and somehow made it more complicated. Yeah. There is a video game, yes. It's a sort of semi-sequel as well, isn't it? Oh, there's many versions. And then there's 3 sequel books, I think, of this. Yes. William Gibson watched this and thought, shit, that's what I was writing. Allegedly. Oh, Abigail Lee. Yeah, and that's just the women. Sea monsters. Now, apparently there's a theory that Rachel's a series Nexus 7, so she's got extended life warranty. You say you under arrest, Mr. Deckard. Everyone's just quoting this. I'm gonna have to script the code, sorry, because there's just so many comments. Ooh. I think, yes, I think they did show the director's cut on ITV Premiere, didn't they, back in the day? Biggest clue for me, Liam's photos and Deckard confused as to why he needed them. Then he sits at the piano and looking at photos of possibly implanted memories. Exactly. They take pictures. Oh, there's Rutger. His first scene filmed is one of the last scenes we almost see, really, because when he is at Tekel's house, whatever his name is. Oh, dear. Dear. I have to check that out. See. Yeah, the original opening, it was used in 2049, which is awesome. Only difference, no dialogue, and Dexon rips the replicant jaw out. Yes. It's very clean, the other one. And the other thing, they bleed when they get shot in this. I'm not seeing the sequel either. Is it on the BBC? It's hard to believe it's that old. Feels like it's only a couple of years old to me. Flesh and Blood also has Howard and James. This is Brian James in that. I only watched it at night. Yes, he is. I was just distracted by a very shaven Jennifer Jason Leigh through most of it. Yes, the unicorn origami. How, if you watch the final cut and the director's cut with the unicorn, it makes sense. Do Android Dream of Electric Dreams. I always thought I've seen it as Electric Sleep somewhere. It might be just the font they used. Ooh, you lucky bastard. The Voigtkampf test, yes. Tron also tried as well, yes. We've had 2 legacy sequels there, haven't we? And that also failed. Was it this year? Oh, yucky, Taken. Taken's the best one. Right, where are we? I quite like that. We don't really understand how it all works and what they truly are, how they are made. I feel it's very 82 way of doing it. As if it was me. Now they explain it all every 5 minutes. Right, let's have a look. I've had a belly full of killing. So let's have a look at the next bit.
This is the city, Los Angeles. The year is 2019. The buildings are a lot higher. All the decent folk live hundreds of stories up.
Hello,
No one in their right mind wants to be on the street. But you gotta be rich or a cop to own one of the flying cars. With most animals extinct, constant acid rain, and 106 million people, well, let's just say things haven't exactly gotten any better.
Guess that.
The film being made is Blade Runner, a futuristic detective thriller starring Harrison Ford. Ford plays Rick Deckard, Blade Runner, a detective whose specialty is replicants, manufactured people no one else can tell from the real thing. When they go wrong, it's his job to stop them. It's not an easy job to like, but if you're a Blade Runner and you're good, they'll never let you
You
quit.
naughty man.
Deckard has been with the police department before. Turns out that he's about to be pressed back into service in his old job, which involves the hunting and tracking of people. In this case, the people are not people, but replicants. Flesh culture replicants. A kind of lab-grown result of gene splicing.
My mate,
and
Jonah Cassidy, we'll have a word from her
human
later.
cells in a laboratory atmosphere.
Oh, yes.
The eventual product would be something that looked just like a human being. And
Yes.
in the vision
you,
of
Sean.
this film,
That's true.
could be supplied with a memory and a belief in their own reality. You have 4 years
And
to
Dick
live,
Standing.
basically. That's the total lifespan of a replicant. Only
I
they're
do have
born
an old-
without a
full video.
capacity to know that or to understand that.
Yes.
When they find out that that's the fact, they get real mad.
These replicants are a lot smarter and stronger than real humans. It's illegal
does,
for
Mike.
them to even be on this planet, let alone running around the city terrorizing innocent people. International star Rutger Hauer plays Batty, the brilliant leader of the escaped replicants.
they're sort of, and they're looking for something. I think they're looking for their, you know, their roots, which they don't have, and that they feel they don't have that much time.
They want more time. And my job is to find them and eliminate their threat.
The director is Ridley Scott, who gained prominence with his film Alien. Blade Runner, inspired by a classic Philip K. Dick novel, is a new challenge for Scott, in which he creates a unique vision of a possible future society, its technology, its people, and those who control them.
A Blade Runner is a kind of slang terminology for a bounty hunter, or an official exterminator, bureaucratic exterminator. And along his path of hunting replicants who happen to find their way into the city where they have no right to be, because the replicants are originally developed for off-world situations, both military, industrial, mining. They're kind of second-class generation developed for inhospitable environments, dangerous work, boring work. There will come a point maybe where if you're going to send an astronaut off into deep space where he'll never come back, and he knows he'll never come back, you may want to send a replicant instead.
Detective work hasn't changed much. You get too close to the truth and someone tries to change your mind. All it takes are guts, instinct, and intelligence. It's called trial and error. Mostly error. Life's not all bad, though, if you've got a few of the modern conveniences. Like a spinner, one of the flying cars used by the police to patrol the city. A two-way video telephone. Like all detectives from Holmes to Marlowe, Deckard has to be able to adopt a quick personality change to handle new situations.
Excuse me, Miss Salome, can I talk to you for a minute?
But on the street, there's no time to think twice. A Blade Runner has to smell trouble and act fast if he wants to stay alive.
One of the things about Deckard is that he's fighting a fear. It's not something he likes to do, to shoot people. It doesn't seem very easy with authority. And besides which, he seems to be on the losing end of almost every encounter. So he's reluctant, at best, to be doing what he's doing.
Blade Runner is very simply a thriller has to be set in slightly future terms, 40 years' time, 40 or 50 years' time, really for the nature, the credibility of the plot. We chose to make the texture of the theme and the story, because it had to be set in the future, to try and make it as familiar as possible. We tried to make the character in a kind of Philip Marlowe environment. So whilst we're looking 40 years in the future, it's very familiar in many respects and almost seems like 40 years ago. People's usually attempt to do future by presenting a rather bleak, austere, clean, pristine look, you know? And it could go that way, but I've got a feeling it's going to go the other way. I mean, if you think of New York City right now, how impossible it is now to actually maintain some of these buildings, how expensive it's going to be to take down the Empire State Building, right? I mean, that's going to cost as much as building it. So I think with a little slip sideways, you could, say, take a city like Chicago, and especially New York, where you could just get total oversaturation. So where eventually you just retro things on the face of the building rather than having to pull half the side off to rehouse air conditioning or rewire it or something like that. Because costs will get so high, it's going to be simple just to smack it on the outside. So maybe buildings will start to be designed from the inside out, you know, where all the engineering goes on the outside rather than from the inside, where it seems to be expensive.
She knows how to handle this corporation that she works in. But when she gets in a situation, which she eventually does, where she has to relate to somebody physically, sexually, emotionally, she is as close to a virgin as anyone could be, because she's never had the experiences, regardless of how much of a woman she may look like. So she is in this situation with Deckard where he tries to kiss her and she runs away, and Deckard stops her and is not exactly violent with her, but he realizes somewhere that this must come to pass, that they love one another, and she learns what emotions are because of the pain of the situation and the pain of having to feel something for the first time.
There we go. We'll come back to that later. But yes, so he found this snake scale in the bath. And then we got a little matchstick man. Oh, down behind. There's Rutger's made an appearance in the film, and he's starting to seize up. But there he is. The great Rutger Hauer, 26 minutes into the film before he makes a proper appearance. Now, in the theatrical cut, yeah, there's a scene with this film. The phone is a reused clip from his visit with Tyrell, because apparently in the theatrical cut, you can see a hand on his shoulder, which is digitally removed in the final cut, I believe. But they just reused a shot. Policeman. Yeah, the Rachel scene back in. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, that's... I know they really used Sean Young and just de-aged her and CGI'd it, but they, yeah. Tron flopped in. Yeah, Tron, The Thing, this, all flopped. Yes, the only nudity here is Joanna Cassidy. So we'll bring up the message she sent. So here it is. Let me bring that up so you can see it. So yeah, Rutger was my buddy in arms. I liked him from the moment I met him. I knew he was going to be cool. He was the only one on the set that walked around with my snake darling, which is the one she uses in the strip joint, which was Joanna Cassidy's snake for real. That's why she's so comfortable with it around his neck. He loved Darling. He poured 1,000% of himself into that movie. It was a genius. We were all buds till the end. Now, so that's from Joanna Cassidy, who I interviewed earlier this year, but they don't actually share a scene together. And her scene is the strip joint and then running out of the strip joint and getting shot. But yeah. And now James Hong's appeared, who looks old in this. Apparently the set was freezing, so that's where you can see everyone's breath, but Rucker and Brian had to not react. She is hot lady. I tried getting contact with her, but no dice. Can't find a good contact. Oh, yeah. I'm sure that she's still embarrassed by that. You're not right. My friend Joanna, exactly. I bet she did look good. Michelle Pfeiffer was perfect, I guess. Love Joanna Cass, yes. Just turned 81, I believe. So yeah, he's putting his hand in the very cold stuff, I'm going to say. James Hong, what a legend. Yes, 96, isn't he, or something? Still acting. Ah, there you go. And Brian James. Twinsies. I tell you what, if there's time, we'll see about looking at some Hauer films at the end. Thank you. She was lovely, so it's easy. It was an early film for me to find out how lovely she was. Yes. Because what is it? Keaton was dating Five from the 80s, and then they'd broken up by the time they did Returns. But and she's in Goes to Mars. Yes, we saw her the other night on Box Office America. 81 and still hot as well. Exactly. And we got Adrian Barbeau next week. Maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna say. Right, so this now, does he kill James Hong? Let's have a poll on that. Can't remember which character it is. Now, despite seeing this film many, many times, I've never paid attention if they ever mention if his character's dead. So there you go. Let me know if I mate you want us to look good. Okay. Chew, that's him, I think. You think he does? Oh, we're going for yes, he survives. Because Chew, yes. Chewy. Sebastian, he'd take you there. Ah, yes, but I can't remember how I know. I think he freezes to death, which would make sounds right, but I haven't. All the research I've done, nothing's come up. Right. Let's get back into the video because I know everyone wants the Cisco reviews coming up later.
Welcome to this year's convention. I'm Ridley Scott. I've just completed production on my latest picture since Alien. Blade Runner, starring Harrison Ford as the classic hardboiled detective, is based on Philip Dick's novel.
Worth reading cards on me.
Of Electric Sheep.
Thank you.
We've prepared a special short film for you on the making of the picture, including the wizardry of Douglas Trumbull and the imaginative industrial designs of Sid Mead that helped us create this view of tomorrow.
Lucky man. I want one of those umbrellas with the lights. Boobs. And what's his face? Dick Standing. Sid Mead, yes, came in to design the cars and designed everything by the end.
Action, please. Action, everybody.
Blade Runner is very simply a thriller has to be set in slightly future terms, 40 years time, 40 or 50 years time, really for the nature, the credibility of the plot. We chose to
oh dear,
make the texture of the theme and the story, because it had to be set in the future, to try and make it as familiar as possible.
2019.
We tried to make the character in a kind of Philip Marlowe environment. So whilst we're looking 40 years in the future, it's very familiar in many respects and almost seems like 40 years ago.
Yes, I'd agree with that.
Yeah. You ever see that girl before?
Never saw her.
No. How about this guy? Transvestite, maybe.
You think I'm a pervert? Get out of here.
You ever buy snakes from the Egyptians, Captain?
I bet yes.
Sure. All the time.
Licenses in order, pal.
The first ideas came after several meetings with Ridley and the
Sir Ridley
and people that were responsible for estimating costs, and the overall idea to start with was a society where technology, life had become very difficult, and the mechanical fixtures, automobiles, trucks, buildings, the whole urban plant had become like a trap for people in the society. So I started off with very clean, designed concepts, and then successively layered on top of those initial ideas sort of an accumulation of detail and repairs and extra pieces of equipment that weren't the original equipment idea, and achieved this accumulated fix it because it won't run or has to run visual flavor, which is the whole essence of the film. So it isn't a new, shiny, futuristic society. It's a society where the normal supplies have broken down. The street level, particularly, had become like the sewers or the underside of the city, and being trapped on the street was not only just unromantic, but a thoroughly nasty way to spend your life, because the street was simply a service access to the mega structures and the high-rises that now comprise the city. And decent people really didn't live below 40 stories above the street.
Decent people
So
shouldn't live here.
Accretion or an accumulation of detail, which are generators, vent pipes, a whole leftover kind of society that you're forced to live with because that's all there is. You can't afford to go up. And it takes a trend that is happening in some of the larger urban centers and accelerates it and caricatures it, makes it more brutal, more glamorous at each end of the scale than it is now. This parking meter is a kind of miniature example of the whole visual concept of accumulation. You'd start with a recognizable parking meter inside all this stuff, and it's there. That's the reason for adding on to it in the first place, for economy. When you no longer can accept coins or metal discs or whatever, you add a electronic register that accepts a magnetic card.
Ooh.
The post mechanical case becomes electrified so that if you touch it or try to attack it, you're electrocuted, which is a very brutal
detail in that, you never
attack
see
on
it.
you as a human. And by adding additional lights, larger scale, it's easier to see at night. It can be used for directing traffic down lanes, or maybe the lights change color, something like that.
If you do it properly, they don't take great leaps and bounds. I mean, unless you're truly into sort of fantasy terms like Flash Gordon or whatever you're doing. But if you're taking a step forward in terms of reality, which I'm trying to keep it as real as possible, even though it's very, let's say, rich and exotic and colorful, the step forward is small. Like if you take a car, one of the cars we've designed, the original cars we started off with were incredibly sort of sleek and streamlined, and even throwing all the dirt on them and rubbish on them under the sun, it still looked slightly futuristic, in inverted commas. And so we sort of backed down in the design concept. So they're quite familiar looking cars, except they're just a little exotic. So our step forward is small, but it's big, if you know what I mean.
Just going to pause it there a second, because this scene here, when Daryl Hannah runs away in a second, she hits she slips and hits her elbow through the glass on his truck, which wasn't supposed to happen, and it's real glass, and she, I think, chipped 8 points in her elbow, so that's gonna hurt. But they captured the film, and she kept going, and no one, because no one else cut. So there you go, just happened there. But back to Sarids. Yeah.
The start-off concept was that the society had produced vehicles that could fly. We had a specialized vehicle which only authorized people could use. That's the spinner.
Ooh.
It had to look different to make it believable that it could fly, first of all. And so the configuration of that vehicle is totally different than any of the other vehicles because it does a particular thing. It actually flies, lifts off the ground, lots of dust.
This is the interior spinner set. When we shoot the exterior of the spinner, none of this interior exists. This is strictly a set constructed for interior shooting of all of the readouts and all the detail on the exterior vehicles that you see driving around in the streets. None of this detail of interior is here. And one of the problems we have today is that on screens like this, where there will be readouts of movies, digital displays, maps, etc., for maneuvering the vehicle, it was just impossible because of the design of the vehicle to put in rear projection or live video screens or have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 or 13 screens of information going on simultaneously. So what we've done is we've just lit these screens with white light from inside, and the camera will be shooting over these actors' shoulders here. And the shot will be what we call locked off. It's a static shot. And we're going to have wind effects and rain effects on the canopy of the vehicle from outside, lighting from outside and a lot of practical lighting from inside. And then what we do in post-production is superimpose into these screens a lot of little movies of the readouts, which will be made later. Outside the window, we'll pull matte lines off the edges of the window here and all around the side doors, and then superimpose the city outside, trying to keep a balance between the natural light on the window, the rain on the window, and the city outside the window. So it's a pretty complicated, this is one of the most complicated composite mats in the picture, because even the city outside will be a number of elements. It'll be the city, foreground miniatures, which are 1 inch to the foot scale. It'll be ½ inch to the foot scale miniatures beyond that, 1/4 inch to the foot scale miniatures beyond that, a painted backing beyond that, and then between you and it, maybe 6 or 8 other spinners all maneuvering that are all optically superimposed together. So the plate that'll be out the window here alone will probably consist of maybe a dozen film elements all composited together. One of the most fortunate things for us on this picture is that Ridley is quite a good illustrator and does all his own drawings. So we can sit there in a meeting and he can draw for you right before your very eyes what he wants to see. And from that, we can extrapolate what's special effects, what's foreground, what's background, and he can guess at the length of a shot or the angle of a lens, and we all sort of talk that technical language. And then from that, we make a plan of what the shot will consist of, and then that plan has to do with the fact that we have to construct a set like this, separate from the exterior spinners, when it will be shot and how that relates to when the effects will be shot.
When we set out to do this film, we decided to make, there was a taboo word, but I may as well use the taboo word because it's somehow, the word was android. And I said, anybody uses the word android gets their head broken with a baseball bat, okay? Because it sets up all sorts of preconceptions of the kind of film it could be, right? And yet the word android, in a way, is really a man-made development on, let's say, a robot, biomechanoid, android. An android may actually be human. I mean, may actually be flesh and blood, genetically structured, okay? So we simply decided to not use the word because it's been overused and misused. And so we developed our own word, which is the word replicant, which is essentially a human being. That's the odd dichotomy of the whole story, of the fact that the detective job is in one sense a kind of policer, but also an exterminator if necessary. Not a bounty hunter, he's a bureaucrat. He's paid to do the job. And along his path of hunting replicants who happen to find their way into the city where they have no right to be, because the replicants are originally developed for off-world situations, both military, industrial, mining. They're kind of second-class generation developed for inhospitable environments, dangerous work, boring work. There will come a point maybe where if you're going to send an astronaut off into deep space where he'll never come back, and he knows he'll never come back, you may want to send a replicant instead.
Yes.
It's a kind of tongue-in-cheek idea of what could actually happen if industry becomes so large a conglomerate, became so large that, let's say it developed into aerospace, let's say it developed into space probes looking for mining, and another side to that company could be genetics and genetic engineering. So the associations with genetic and genetic engineering could quite easily be the development of the first human, which is right on the doorstep right now. That's a look at what we've been up to for the last year. It was a very exciting project for us, and we hope you will
Larry.
Enjoy the convention.
There's some B-roll. So at the moment, we're looking at him zooming in and enhancing the photo, which actually isn't Rutger or Joanna in the photo. They'd already left the production, so they had to have their lookalikes pose. You never get a good look at them. Oh, there we are. Right, oh, there's... Oh, moving the wrong one. That one. There's the photo, which is based on a famous painting, which has two people standing in front and a mirror, little mirror, round mirror behind them. But then the mirror is showing slightly different perspective and something different. Yes. That is true. Yes, nightmare shoot. all night shoots pretty much, and in the rain and in the smoke and people not getting along, and because Harrison Ford was looking for Harrison Ford was looking for direction. Ridley Scott was more visionary back then, he says, and he just wanted everything to look right, and Harrison Ford was getting pissed off and everything. Yeah, but they're back as friends now. Ooh, there you go. Yeah, let's get the book from Rutger. All right, where are we at? Where is he? Birds squawking. So yes, it does sort of suggest that real animals are not alone.
You played in Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back.
I did?
Yes, you did. I heard it. I read it. That was you. Yes.
I was pretty good, was I?
No, not bad. Has this film anything to do with the science fiction?
This is more correctly futurism. It's not so much concerned with the elements of science fiction. The thematic elements in science fiction are the same as they are in other forms of drama, aren't they? I wouldn't go so far as to say that this is the director's prediction for the entire character of the future.
Ridley Scott, Engels reclamefilmer, debuteerde als speelfilmmaker met Duelist en kreeg daarna bekendheid door de science fiction film Alien.
Blade Runner is a kind of slang terminology for bounty hunter, or an official exterminator, bureaucratic exterminator.
Rutger Hauer was playing a part of a replicant, eh? Rutger Hauer, have you ever heard of him?
It's a short, good-looking guy.
Short, good, black hair.
Black hair.
Brown
I've seen him
eyes.
around.
Yes.
No, Rutger plays my chief antagonist. It's it's the test between these two characters that is the most dramatic moment of the script. He plays the leader of a band of
well said.
I don't want to describe too completely the nature of the character that Rutger plays, but he's the prime adversary and a worthy one.
Rutger Hauer is ook te zien als Albert Speer in de televisieserie Inside the Third Reich, die de Tros volgend jaar zal uitzenden. Naast de film Eureka met Gene Hackman staat Rutger Hauer nu naast Burt Lancaster om de regie van Sam Peckinpah in de film The Osterman Weekend. Wat ben je in Blade Runner?
Ik speel in een soort... het speelt zich af 40 jaar later hè, dan nu. Ik speel een soort krijgsman van wat vreemde orde. Die 4 jaar te leven heeft en die gemaakt is door Japanners of zo.
Spoilers, Hauer.
Een soort een hero-batterijen.
Een krijgsman?
Ja. Hij is op zoek naar zijn maker en hij wil graag wat langer leven.
Ja, je bent dus geen robot, maar je bent wat ze noemen een replicant.
Ja, een namaakmens.
Hey, camera Mark.
Good luck.
I think it's Dutch, it could be German. Where's Jeff? Okay, Mike. So what's happening here?
Cut, right back to one.
Yeah, sure. It's fine.
Mijn partner is Daryl Hannah en ja, dat is de belangrijkste.
Hoe is het werken met Harrison Ford?
Ik heb nog niet met hem gewerkt. Ik heb het enige wat ik met hem heb is een grote vechtscène. Ik sla hem tot moes.
Tot moes?
Ja, zo ongeveer. En dan red ik hem van de dood. Wel aardig ook. De sterren, het gedoe, zeg maar, dat wordt door de pers gemaakt. Gecreëerd. En natuurlijk door het publiek ook, die dat graag willen. Het is een tweede soort film eigenlijk. Eerst heb je de gewone film en dan... oh, dat is fijn. Hè? Dat is fijn.
En dan plotseling gaat het regenen s'avonds.
Het breekt de pleuris uit, ja.
En wij blijven droog. Dat is toch een wonder?
Ja.
Right, Deckard, you look almost as bad as that skid job you left under the bus. Almost. Two in one night. The same old shit story. Man's started by that man. A real shit story. Going home. I think it's Dutch. More to go. Come on, guys.
Oh, Mike knows this one.
Like you just keep leaving dead bodies for us to pick up an alley. More to go. Come on, Gavin. Breathe.
Dit is dus je tweede grote Amerikaanse film, hè?
Ja.
Hoe zijn nou al die verhalen die je bij ons leest over Hollywood en de droomfabriek?
Oh, Hollywood bestaat niet. Hollywood bestaat niet. Het
Nee.
Hollywood van Henk van der Meijden, dat bestaat niet. Dat is geschreven. En dat wordt verteld, maar het bestaat niet.
Wat is het dan, Hollywood?
Het is een wijk in Los Angeles die zo heet.
En die artiesten die daar werken?
Er werken geen artiesten. Ik weet het, nee. Hollywood is dicht bij Beverly Hills. En het is een fake. Het is zelf een fake. We praten over de show en zo. En sterretjes en zo. Nou, dat bestaat dus niet. Leuk, hè?
So there we go. Now apparently it took oops. It took sorry, I'm distracted. 3 hours to put the little sequins on Joanna. And I'd have been around that for that job, yes. Yes, almost most of us can speak German, I think, yeah. So there we go. The lovely Joanna Casti. Wonder. Well spotted, Wes. Oh, and then that weird bra thing's just like a metal frame that she has to put on. And then karate chop to the throat for Deckard. But yeah, she only has, what, 10 minutes of screen time, if that? Then she legs it. Keep it clean, gentlemen. What's me with Maroon? Who are you having a tug at? Shannon Weary or Patrick Star Galactica 80? Yeah, it's where they came to Earth to save on budget. Yes, exactly. He gets beaten up by all the people here, even the sex bots. So he can't be that tough. Yeah, she's great. As we saw. Same with Sybil. We've seen a lot of both of them. But they're still lovely. And they know their audience still loves them. Yeah, Deckard's a really good shot because shoots. So Deckard kills 2 of the 5 replicants technically, or 6, depending on where we're going with this. Yeah. So he kills the 2 females, one in the back. I don't know. Yeah, she's not exactly hiding, but I guess being a stripper, he has to make some money. Yes, Zora and Pris sequels. Yes, Larry, it's been a big discussion for the last hour. Well, probably with Ghost of Mars, the script changed a lot while they were making it because they ran it without making it escape to from Mars. But here we go. Don't walk. Don't walk. Don't walk. But yes, the bit of the slow motion killing, the music, and in this version, the very fake, obviously not her stunt woman. Because this VHS, despite being 40-something years old, 43 years old, looks bloody good. I will give it that. No wonder I fell in love with this film as an 11-year-old. Watched it all the time. The score, the look, and everything. Didn't get the gist of it. He just says, "Move, get out of the way." He doesn't identify himself as police or anything. He's just no one seems to be reacting. But yeah, here he goes through the glass. Oh, and that's this bit of music right now. This is for Pris, which is he said when this is Zora, he's really angry because he shot her in the back, and then this is for Pris, which he he did it in self-defense. Either way, yes. Cross down, cross down. Yes. Oh, in the original cut, he shoots Pris. There you go. We'll see about that. But yeah, it's obvious. Even on the VHS, I knew it was a stunt one because you wouldn't get the lovely Joanna going through glass, 10 sheets of glass. Yeah. So I saw this one at age 9 was the director's cut on VHS. I fell in love with it. Yes. Can't blame him. Yes, I remember the eye gouge. It might just be, I think you hear it more in this one of the versions because the US version had violence cut out. The international version had more violence, which I don't know. I'm guessing we had the international version over here. 40 years old, told you this film is a masterpiece. Yes. Yes, love the style and the inventiveness. Exactly, that's fair. The routine retirement of a replicant is just where he got to know her and obviously fancied her, and then he got to shoot her, and now he feels bad because it's a great piece of ass. But as people said, what was the #1 hit of E.T.? 1982 was E.T. Tootsie, Officer and Gentleman, Rocky 3, Porky, Star Trek 2, 48 Hours, Poltergeist, Best Whorehouse in Texas, and Annie. So Star Trek and E.T. the big winners of that year, even though Star Trek made 79 million and E.T. made 360 million, which may be adjusted for its re-releases. But First Blood was 13, and as we saw before, Conan the Barbarian 17, Friday the 13th Part 3, Tron at 22, then Blade Runner at 27, only made 27 million on its release, just ahead of Airplane 2 and behind Victor Victoria. Right, we need to get back into this. Who's next?
Right, let's end with Ridley Scott's Blade Runner, which opens this week in Leeds, Manchester, Sunderland and Middlesbrough.
It's like 2.5 hours.
Can't use my dictionary on this one, since the film is set in 2020, and the terminology has yet to be invented. All you need to know is that a Nexus 6 replicant is a man-made man. They're equivalent in brain power to the scientists who created them, but they're distinguishable from humans in that they have no emotions and a lifespan of only 4 years. The film is set only 40 years from now, and this seems a heady leap in science. Or it did, until I bought my evening paper on the way home from the movie, which had the headline, "Test Tube Babies, a Step Too Far." A Blade Runner, incidentally, is a private detective, in this instance Harrison Ford, who has to track down and kill 5 errant replicants, a game of semi-human space invaders. In their terminology, Mr. Ford doesn't kill them, he retires them. Like Smiley's people, the evil deed is coated in a cosmetic term. Indeed, Ridley Scott's vision of a future metropolis in this film is at once stunningly surreal and inventively practical. The cop cars float in the sky, machines respond to the human voice, and the city, dense with humanity like the streets of Calcutta, is peopled by an ethnic mix of every race and more. I've rarely seen a better photographed film. Jordan Cronenworth lights each face with the cunning of a great stills photographer like Avedon, and the design by Lawrence Paul and the special effects by Mr. Trumbull reek of quality. Harrison Ford now seems to have the monopoly on high-adventure tales, and when all around him is turmoil, He has the wisdom to follow the textbook of screen acting and apparently do nothing. But he's obliged to do a voiceover to further the story, and this seems a weak afterthought. And there's a sequence at the end with a car going through the mountains that appears to have been pinched from the beginning of The Shining. Did Ridley Scott buy an illegal cassette? And does Stanley Kubrick know? The excellence of the craft in this film is let down by one thing, the script. The story doesn't build, it dilutes, which is a great shame. In a way, the pace of the film is sacrificed on the altar of style. It really needed a reworking by some sharp writers, because, as they say on Broadway, if it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage.
So yes, Brian's just about to exit the film as well, but we'll go,
Blade
oh, look!
Runner, a big-budget science fiction fantasy. It's also ambitious. It creates a futuristic Los Angeles in the year 2020 as the setting for a story about cops and robots. Harrison Ford stars as the cop. His assignment is to track down a group of replicants who have escaped from off-world. They're hiding out in Los Angeles. Well, what is a replicant? Yeah. It's an android or artificial man or woman that looks and sounds absolutely realistic, but isn't. In the world of the future, replicants are slaves, forbidden to visit Earth, and when they come to Los Angeles, the cops go looking for them. In this scene, Harrison Ford begins to suspect that the woman he's attracted to may be more or less than human. That's an actress named Sean Young as the woman who may or may not be a replicant. This movie goes, what do you mean may or may not? Well, I don't want to, you guessed it?
No kidding.
Okay, fine.
I gave Blade Runner 4 stars. Superbly crafted sci-fi which invests a remarkable storyline with a distinctive noirish visual style and the 70s high-tech look. Ford is a Blade Runner, a bounty hunter, out to terminate 4 escaped androids who are thought to be dangerous. Impeccable in every detail, from casting to scripting to an unforgettable look at the future where machines have a truer sense of the soul than humans do.
This movie goes through some pretty predictable paces about their forbidden love, but I was never really very interested in the characters in Blade Runner. I didn't find it convincing. Instead, what impressed me in this film were the special effects, the wonderful use of optical trickery to show me a gigantic imaginary Los Angeles, which in the vision of this movie has been turned into sort of a futuristic Tokyo. Here's a scene where Harrison Ford zips over the streets of L.A. in a squad car of the future. The special effects there were designed by a team led by Douglas Trumbull, who created the visuals for 2001 and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. He doesn't stop with flying squad cars and towering skyscrapers. He imagines all the details of life in the year 2020, right down to what the noodles will look like in a Japanese restaurant. They look just like noodles do today.
Yeah,
about halfway through Blade Runner, I realized I'd stopped caring about the people in the movie. I was interested mostly in the special effects. It's a great movie to look at, but a hard one to care about. I didn't appreciate the predictable story, the standard characters, the cliffhanging cliches, but I do think the special effects make Blade Runner worth going to see.
I agree with part of your review. Predictable, cliches.
What about the special effects?
Dazzling for the first 20 minutes, and then what? I mean, this story goes no place as far as I'm concerned. I invested a lot of energy in this movie watching it because it was so striking looking. And Harrison Ford is an attractive actor, and he does take us through any adventure that he's in. But I'm sitting there halfway through the picture saying, where is this going? And when it's over, I think I've wasted my time. I admire the special effects, but Roger, there are a lot of people in this country and in England who can do this quality of special effects, so I don't
There are not a lot of people who can do this
quality. Well, a handful. What I'm saying is that
5 or 6.
They in and of themselves, that in and of themselves doesn't make it a film worth going to see.
I'm trying to give Blade Runner a pretty specific review. I didn't believe in the story. I didn't care about the characters. Okay. On the other hand, to look at the film, the set decoration, the design, the visual conception of this Los Angeles didn't get tired for me in 20 minutes. I felt as if I were being shown a world I hadn't seen before.
It was done by Ridley Scott, who made a similarly attractive looking film, an Alien, but at least they had a conventional pull you through the picture story there, a horror film. This film, I think is a waste of time. Pretty to look at, but a waste of time. And finally, we split on Blade Runner, the futuristic drama with Harrison Ford. Roger really enjoyed the film's special effects, but where was the story? Nowhere, I thought, so I vote.
We love them. Ooh.
Sean, I couldn't. Oh, all right. I thought.
You need about 7 seconds of pre-roll for editing on these machines, so just hang
Okay.
in until we give you.
All right.
They'll get pissy.
Sean, I couldn't help wonder last night when I was looking at Blade Runner and watching your performance, I just had to think back to Alien and Sigourney Weaver and what it did for her. And I wonder if you think about that, that maybe this film will do for you what Alien did for Sigourney Weaver.
I would hope that the film would do a lot for me. I don't ever compare myself to other people. I like Sigourney Weaver's work very much, and I know that Ridley does also. My hopes for this film, as far as my own career go, that's a difficult question. It's a very difficult question because, you know, you learn not to expect. You learn not to be disappointed. You know, you learn not to go out and expect so much that you'll be disappointed. I have a lot of hope for my career. It's oh please.
About that. Okay. All right, now you're close on her, right? Yeah, be close on her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can cut it there, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Carrie, anytime.
Of course, we saw you in Stripes with Bill Murray. You were one of the MPs. And this role, aside from being much, much bigger, is just the whole tenor of this picture is so entirely different. Was it difficult for you to shift gears like that, Sean?
When you go from a comedy to a role that's completely dramatic, it's very, very strenuous on you. When I originally got the role of Rachel in Blade Runner, I was very, very depressed about it because I wasn't sure whether I could make that jump into a character that's crying all the time, that has to have these emotions that come out all the time. And it was really frightening for me to think, you know, I'm going to have to walk in the set and I'm going to have to cry. I'm going to have to actually do that. And I would think that when I got the role, I'd be overjoyed. That's what one would normally think, but I wasn't, because there was a lot of fear about walking in there and being able to do the part because it was so dramatic. And when it actually came to pass, it wasn't so bad. And now I've come to the conclusion that it's a lot harder to do comedy than it is to do drama. And experience has taught me that, but comedy is really, the timing of comedy is much more difficult than drama.
Of course, Harrison Ford and Bill Murray, again, two entirely different personalities, aren't they? Bill, I know probably better than Harrison, although I have met him. Bill can be two different kinds of person, though, can't he?
Yes. Bill Murray has a lot of energy that he has to direct when he works. And if he doesn't direct it himself, take charge of it himself, it tends to go all over the place. And that's what causes him to be so many different people. He's got a lot of energy that is very difficult to handle. Anybody with a lot of energy has trouble with it, you know. I have a lot of energy, and I try to guard against letting it disperse all over every place, because all that does is make my work less forceful, and it's something to guard against. Bill's a very energetic guy and very funny. He's very funny just being around him. He's very funny. On the set, he's just very funny. And actually, Harrison's pretty funny too. Harrison, on the last day of shooting, had some really funny moments. You know, we had some really funny moments on the last day of shooting because we were 4 months ragged and we were finally finishing the film, and we were in this the last shot where we're both in the spinner and we're driving away, we're running away from all the danger, and we're both drinking beers. It's like the last shot, we're both drinking beers, and Harrison is saying to me, "You better not drink, you're slurring your words," and I'm, you know, I'm slurring my words, you know. And he looked at me realizing that he was slurring his words as well. And he had finished his beer, and he took the beer can and he looked at it and he went, and he smashed it on his head. And then before he did that, he would take the beer can and he'd go to the camera before takes and go, "Gee, Marge, you make great coffee." You know, he was in a very punchy mood because we were finally finished. So he has a sense of humor too. I think Harrison is very funny, and probably Blade Runner is the first role that he's ever had that really takes a look at his acting ability, his real acting ability.
Sean, what did you think the very first time you saw yourself in the makeup and the look that you have in the film?
In Blade Runner?
Uh-huh.
The first time I saw it was when we looped. And I saw it in black and white because they make the prints in black and white for looping because it's less expensive. And when I saw it, I saw the shot where I first meet Deckard. And it looked like a 1940s movie to me. And it was a really astonishing feeling for me because I had been dreaming about movies, and all the movies that I had watched were the movies of the Hollywood heyday. And when it was in black and white, that's really what added to it. And when and the hair is so, Joan Crawfordish, so 40s-ish. It looked like an old-fashioned movie to me, and I guess I was impressed. I was really impressed at the combination of people that had come together to create it.
And actually, was it a wig, or did they just dress your hair that way?
It was half my hair and half a switch that they connected at the back of my head and brought forward and tucked underneath. It was 2 hours worth of work in the morning. You got real antsy after 4 months of dealing with that. But my hairdresser was wonderful.
Well, I think you just give a fantastic performance. And
thank you.
I think that you now have definitely made your mark, and people are going to know who Sean Young is from now on. Do you have any other films coming out that you know of?
Yes, I have one coming out July 16th called Young Doctors in Love, and that's a comedy, and I play an intern, and I'm very excited about that film as well.
Was that done prior to Blade Runner?
Nope, it was done after Blade Runner. Comedies seem to be released rather quickly. Stripes was released pretty quickly after we made it also. So I don't know why that is.
Not as much post-production, probably.
Not as much special effects.
Yeah. Well, Sean, nice meeting you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Okay, now we'll just cheat around here for this. And you don't need to do the yes. Okay, is this a good look about here? Okay. Are you rolling?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Thought I cut this. But it's funny. Sean has to sit there. Let's see if I can skip this.
A person who has more than help things.
Albeit building built close to this. I mean, that's not...
Right, rolling.
Ready? Rolling. Well, Harrison, I've been looking forward to seeing you again, and very happy to see Blade Runner. I read a little bit about it, and it's some kind of fantastic movie. Sure. I remember after you did Raiders of the Lost Ark, I saw a little featurette on television, and in that you made a quote that you said, "Hardest job I've ever had."
Well, I'll revise myself here and now and say that that was before I did Blade Runner, which I think is probably the hardest job I ever had.
And I mean, just looking at the film, you can tell that this was no fun and games movie. I mean, this was lots of hard physical work.
It was, yeah.
For instance, the hanging off the building scene, what all was involved in that?
Climbing several times up the face of a building, albeit building built close to the ground. No fool here. But of course, and in fact, this, after I had done it a few times, it was done by somebody else, and doubled to do it because it was so arduous that I could only do it one or two times. And that sort of thing is, I mean, that to me is not what the film is really about or what my job is really about, so it doesn't make that much of an impression on me. I just want to, you know, the question for me in climbing up the face of the building is not how difficult it is how to make it look like I've never done it before. You know, to make it, and in fact to make it look more difficult than it is the really arduous part. That's more difficult than actually climbing up the face of the building.
This movie, of course, directed by Ridley Scott, who did Alien, Raiders, directed by Steven Spielberg. They both love working with special effects, and they're just master craftsmen, both of them. But Steven is one kind of personality, and I don't know Ridley that well, but he appears to be an entirely different personality. Quieter, is he?
Oh, I don't know that it serves any of us well to try and describe in short terms the difference in personalities, but everyone is a different person, works in a different way, and I work with them in a different way. It's the chemistry between people, it's the way in which they work that determines the success of it, and you work well with a variety of different kinds of people. But each person is drawn to a different kind of work. Ridley's films are as different from Steven's films as Steven's films are from, for instance, from Francis Coppola's films, because they're different people, and you work with them in a different way, and yet you work in your own way at the same time.
Harrison, do you feel now that, well, let's start back. When you were doing Star Wars, you were part of an ensemble. And then Raiders, of course, you were the star, and now this one, you know, definitely.
Raiders, I was still a part of an ensemble, which included the director, the writer, the producer. It's still an ensemble. There's still, and as well, not to mention Karen Allen and all of the other players in the film. There's still a feeling of ensemble. There's not, and the best of filmmakers recognize that it is the film that maintains the actor.
But in the public,
not the actor that maintains the film.
Excuse me for stepping on your line there. But the public now, Harrison Ford, big star. Does that put more pressure on you?
No, it doesn't really. I mean, as a body of films begins to accumulate and become more recognizable, more well-known, and that has an effect on my privacy. But the rest of it, I mean, the only ambition I had when I started to be an actor was to be able to make a living as an actor and not have to do something else. It's the actor's life for me. I mean, that's what I was after, that kind of life, that kind of work. And as long as I can work and you know, exercise what abilities and take advantage of what experience I have, then I'm happy.
You mentioned your privacy, Harrison. Now do you find that you don't get to do some of the things you'd like to do simply because you cause such a commotion every time you step outside?
Oh, I suppose so, and yet the people that I deal with are invariably very kind and understanding. Many people understand that just from the way you behave that you have a sense of your privacy and respect that. So I'm not bothered by people very often.
When you all were making Raiders, did you anticipate, could you possibly anticipate the success it was going to be?
Well, one never does, and if you did, you would be in big trouble, because then you'd be working for success. At the point you're making a film, you're working on something much more limited, something much more practical. You're working on one scene at a time. You're working on a film. You don't think about that other part when you're making it.
But if
you did, you wouldn't anticipate that order of success. You'd say, okay, this is going to work. Gosh, this is great. I think people are going to like this. Maybe that happens, but you never would anticipate that it would be that successful.
But you do have a sense of you got to say, this is wonderful, or, you know, people surely are going to like this. You got to have some of that to make it work good for yourself, don't you?
No, it's just, you say, this is my job, this is what I do for a living, we're working hard, I think we're working good. Let's hope for the best.
Well, that's a good note to close on then. Let's hope for the best for the Blade Runner, because you do a wonderful job, and it's some kind of fantastic film.
That's very kind of you, thank you.
Nice to see you, Harrison.
Nice to see you again.
All right. Before we get to the big finish of the film, let's have some more.
Yes, so...
Well, we're sitting here talking with Rutger Hauer, who has never been to Texas, and Rutger, we have to do something about that.
I'm sure you know what to do about it.
Well, we have to get you down there to make a movie. Lots of movies shot in Texas. Would you like to make a Western?
Yes, I would.
What kind of person? Would you like to be the hero or the villain, or?
Well, if the horse is good, I'd like to be the horse.
You'd like to be the horse? I don't know, that's going to be a heck of a makeup
No, it doesn't
job.
matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, if it gets serious, if you want to be serious about it, I don't know. It's any good film is good enough for me, but that's a lot to ask, of course. And if it's a Western, it's fine. And I might do a Western, I don't know. It's...
Definitely done a Western?
But
Wanted
maybe
Dead or
I should
Alive?
do it in my private time, I don't know. I like horse riding.
Well, we'll keep that on hold for a minute. Right now, I'd like to talk about Blade Runner, because that's the reason we're here. And, of course, you're playing a villain, and you're playing also around a lot of special effects. Is this your first time to ever be in a film with this many special effects?
Yes. What do you mean by special effects?
Well,
you mean the cars in the air?
All the things.
I guess there are a lot. And they didn't bother me, though. They really didn't bother me. We were very down to earth, and they didn't interfere. And if they weren't there, so once in a while, I had a hard time lifting Harrison with one arm. But I trained, of course. Worked out a lot.
Had a little help from the special effects people there. Right. But we don't want to give that away, do we?
No.
No. We'll let them think that you're this superhuman who lifted Harrison Ford with one arm.
Yeah.
There was a siren in that last question.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
All right. We'll start again then. Okay. Let me just rephrase it. As far as special effects, it seems to me that the American filmmakers are heavier into special effects than Europeans. Do you find that to be so?
Yes, I think so, because they can do it. I mean, we couldn't do it. We couldn't afford it. I mean, in Europe, we don't have the knowledge. We don't have the people that can do it. If we want to do anything like that, we have to fly them in. You know, and that's probably it's
oh, his eyes are gone.
It's a part of the business that is developing itself, and I'm sure it's sometimes it's in the way, you know, but I think we'll always go back to the human factor in films, because that's still probably one of the major things that is interesting.
Do you think that sometimes the special effects or all these other things get in the way of what you're trying to do in a particular scene? In other words, the director says, you must do this so I can do so-and-so.
Well, sometimes maybe, but not in this film. There's not that much. I mean, does it strike you as a film that has too many?
No, except that it does have a lot of special effects.
Well, it's fiction, and it's
right.
designed. There's not one shot you can do without a special design, and there's no way in this sort of film you could get around it. It's all studio work.
Do you find that working with American filmmakers and American producers that you're more apt to be typecast than you would be working with Europeans?
Well, I don't know. I think I think out of experience and out of risk, Americans try to play it safer than we do, which is probably good for the money. Probably, I don't know, because it's our job, and I don't know anything about that sort of. Yeah, maybe.
Is it good for the actor, though?
Well, if you don't want to do it, you just don't do it. I mean, that's the choice, isn't it?
Have you turned down roles that simply because you said, no, I've done that, I don't want to do that?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Which roles?
I don't. Well, you have to believe me. I never want to do a. This is just personal. I never want to do anything twice. I don't want to do Rocky 4 or Star Wars 3 or Blade Runner 52. I just don't, as an actor, I just don't, I just feel so uncomfortable. Because if you do one, you're taking the chance away that you might have done another wonderful film instead of, you know, repeating yourself. I have, and I can see America does that a lot. And I mean, the choice is not up to me now, but I would never do that. That's the choice I've made in my head.
Would you not do it, or let me put it this way.
Yes.
Many American film actors do those 2s and 3s because of the money. And it's just money in the bank for the future and gives them then the freedom and the power to do other things. Would you not do it for that reason?
Well, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so, because I think I mean, how are you able to know? You might have done something that is even more. I mean, if you do one thing and you do it well, it raises your price. If you repeat yourself, you do it well, I don't know. There's so many rules in this game that I don't really know. So I'm just a bit afloat and follow my own thoughts on it. I just wouldn't do it.
Given the same film,
Because
Mr.
Why? I tell you why. Because I think it's very dangerous to. You have to develop yourself, and it goes on every day, and that's for me. So, because you are confronted every day with little things in your work, and you have to go on. If you don't, you're going to die somewhere, and it's probably earlier than you think. But that's for me.
Well, I must say, Mr. Howard, that I think you have a dynamic screen presence. I don't think you ever have to worry about being unemployed.
Well, it's good to. I don't have this feeling either. It's just the point, what level, and you know what I will do.
Well, congratulations
thank you
on
very
a
much.
really fine performance in Blade Runner. It's really great performance. Thank you. It was nice meeting you and talking with you.
Thank you.
Now sit there awkwardly for a bit while I...
Okay.
Right, we're at the ending. Here we go. So, does he kill Sebastian? Sean says he does. I don't know. Is it mentioned by the police chief if Sebastian gets killed? I can't remember. He was such a good actor, yes. Well, if we've got time, we might have... Yeah, we've got time. We might add, have a look at his VHS career. Yeah, and very much a Burkoff, yes. I didn't see the film, but great performance. Yes, The Hitcher is amazing. Yeah, that's another great one. Yeah, he would. Oh, Sabine says Sebastian's dead as well. Oh, they didn't mention it. All right, but aha, there's a delete scene. He's holding his Jeff's jacket. Aha. Okay, based on that, let's see. You have the expert in the chat. Right. So yeah, there's Pris frozen up to blend in with the toys, and some nice to see the 80s where little people got lots of jobs. They were speaking German when they were trying to take parts off Harrison's card earlier. Come, Sebastian. Even the worst of his DTVs were boosted by it because he was in them. That is true. Old Davy says, but he knows well. Look at it, Rucker with his pigeon or dove, as we'll find out in a minute. All right, there you go. Deckard is the only person. But we've got Daryl Hannah's tits. That I mean, Daryl Hannah. Oh no! Now this bit looks like twists his head round. So apparently, the gymnast that they got when she comes flying in got so knackered doing several takes they had to find another another gymnast to take his place. It was a man, just like in Flashdance, where a lot of the dancing is a man. They got a man to do the gymnast, and then her freaking out when she's dying there is she copies that in Kill Bill when she gets shot in that. She does a freak out. But yeah, I think we got one shot. Yeah, she gets shot once when she jumps at him. See, no human can survive that. Would he have killed him if he'd long enough to do so? Ooh, probably. He knew. I was thinking that. Yeah, get on your back and then twist you around. There you go. So this is the Bradbury building, but using 1,000 other things. Murphy's Law. We saw something else the other night, didn't we? We were watching that had the Bradbury building in. But yeah, looks totally different when it's soaking wet and dark with flashing lights everywhere. Yeah, her freak out disturbed me as a youngster too. I thought, Jesus Christ. He just ruined Flashdance. I think it was tucked back in Flashdance. There you go. This is strange because he shoots her 3 times. In fact, yeah, you can see when he looks over her, she's got 3 holes in her. Davey's a big fan of this, I think. It's a subtle hint. He does. So Rutger pops his face out here in a second. Am I ahead or behind? Yeah, so she's got a lot of wounds and bleeding, so it's not that great of a film, so probably not. It's got a great soundtrack. Yeah. But yeah, so Rutger comes there, shoots him twice, or shoots at him twice, but then does show that he got it. Yeah, put him on the ear. Now. Here we go. He kisses her when she's unconscious, or dead. Problematic. To be fair, I freaked out when I saw her bare buttocks in Splash. Luckily, Disney Plus has fixed that and covered her buttocks with hair. CGI hair. And I thought you were supposed to be good. All right, Sean. All right. Used Cars is awesome. I do like that with Kurt Russell. Is that pre Escape from New York? Right, so obviously he doesn't kill. Sebastian is the pole. But yeah, he comes to the wall like Vivian. Yeah, that gun is awesome looking, isn't it? I think it's got 2 triggers and it's like twice the weight of a normal gun. This is for Zora. So does he just dislocate it? Or does he actually break his fingers? Because that's got. I'm just going to try and think of a poll to do, but Jennifer Beals is lovely, yes. Good old Disney. Let me have it on Blu-ray. Physical media for the win. Oh, I thought that's because you were just so excited watching along, Sean. Yeah, we haven't watched The Venting Age. I watched it just sitting not there. I must have moved it, but it was supposed to be on the watch party. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen. I think I've seen Vampire's Kiss once when it came out on VHS. Yes, I did a quote earlier. I got a message from Joanna about how much she and Rutger were made friends, and the only picture I can find of them together is licensed to whatever the photo license is. Them at a Comic-Con in the 2012, I think it was. It was like 30 years later, but it was all it was the remaining cast. Sean Young was there. Harrison wasn't there, of course. Nor was what you call it, Sir Rids. 4 or 5 had to still. I can't imagine anyone not getting along with Joanna Cassidy. Yes. I think there's a sequel movie. There's another sequel movie coming along now next year, and then there's an animated series. Or am I thinking? Yeah, the Blade Runner series is coming. It's a pizza, pepperoni with extra cheese, or a meat feast. I love a good bit of meat in me. Yes, anyone interested in that? Was there an anime series, or is that the anime series? I can't remember. Woo! Yeah, turn those fucking lights out. I'm coming. There you go. I'm I'm behind because he's Deckard. I can see you. Woo! So yeah, they were supposed to have this big kung fu fight at the end. Martial arts. Like I said, I can't do martial arts for a start, so let's change it to me just chasing him around. Oh, you get Sean. Yes, Total Recall had a television series that wasn't nothing to do with the film. Yeah, now I want pizza. It wouldn't be a white man being Deckard. And you just talk about their generational trauma of the androids. Hang on. Is that the TV series? Right, so yes, there's a biblical references here where he sticks a nail through his hand in the crucifixion way. Oh, yeah. We all do that in the morning. Got to wake ourselves up. Yeah, definitely got a plumbing problem here. I wonder how they clean this up. That was the next one. That's the next poll. There you go. That's what I was trying to think of. If you don't play, that's go to hell or go to heaven, like Freddy Krueger's here. That's the spirit, right? So let's see the best version: 1 for theatrical, 2 directors, 3 final, or 4 for the TV edit. Many. I'm trying to think of them. I suppose Alien has a director's cut, but yeah, that's only 2 versions. This technically has 5 on releases. Caligula is getting up there, I think. Yeah, there you go. Ian's on the case. So, Final Cut is winning for the experts, Davey and Sean. That hurt. It reminds me a lot of Vivian in this with his spiky hair and smashing his head through things. Unsportsmanlike. Yeah, this is where he steals the show. But yeah, so as Harrison was saying, when he does the jump later on, he couldn't make it. Harrison couldn't make it properly. So I think that I don't think he actually did any jumping. He does the climbing here, but then the stunt men were brought in to jump. So they were given the jacket and everything to jump. No problem. Then Sir Ridders has it pissing down with rain, and then I think it's a cloth jacket mostly, so that it doubles the stuntman's weight. And I think 2 of them got injured doing the jump. But yeah. So I think the 3rd one managed to do it. But then I seem to remember, yes, in Raiders of the Ark and Temple of Doom, Harrison Ford was doubled by Vic Armstrong, the legend, the British stuntman. But and he doubles him here because they needed him. I think Harrison wasn't available on the day they were filming, picking the piece of skin out of the bath. So that's Vic Armstrong, I think. The international cut is good too, yeah. Good evening, William. He's going for 4. The TV cut. Yeah, they moved the set and Rutger made it first try, exactly. But they cheated, making it short distance. But yes, Harrison Ford doesn't say a word for like 17 minutes. Especially in this theatrical cut. I'm not sure about the final cut. But yeah, he doesn't talk to Batty at all. The international cut puts the violence back in. Good old British violence. So mixed opinions on the cuts. Who shows director's cut? Sabine. Yeah. So technically I've seen the director's cut in the summer. So I did see that. Oh, I didn't mention when this came out because it's almost the anniversary for Britain. So America, Canada, June 25th, 82. Sunday, somehow the Maldives got it in July. Japan, July. Went to Edinburgh Film Festival, August. Spain, Italy, United Kingdom, September 9th. So we're only a week or so out of the 44th anniversary. And Netherlands got it November 11th, 82. So, and then of course the director's cut was 92 December. Yeah. Oh, November in United Kingdom. There you go. Director's cut wasn't the true director's cut. No, he is a mistake calling it that. But that was the style of the time. Yes, you got plenty of Guinness. Stop his gout. All it did was remove the voiceover and put in the unicorn. So pretty much, I have all the cuts because I'm testing about this film. We all love this film. And Sean's got all versions. I thought I couldn't find it. I thought I had it on Blu-ray, but I didn't really bother looking because I didn't get the widescreen VHS either. But since the lovely Sean, Josh bought me this, I have no need to get it because it looks good. I enjoy watching all versions. The Blade Runner Final Cut is my fave, though. There you go. The books too. Yes, I did give up my version to a friend of mine who introduced me to this film growing up. Ah, they nice. So yes. Sean had a cake. Yes. Where's our cake? Our Blade Runner cake. And there's a Rutger in his. There you go. I've seen things in his cycling shorts. But he knows his time has come. So there was supposed to be a big technical speech, but Rutger Hauer was knackered and slept in it, and then came up with this improvised version or variation, semi-improvised. I think they say some of it is. Tears in the rain. Where'd that spinner go? So why does he save Harrison Ford's life? Does he realize that saving a life is a good thing to do, or does he think, I've told him, yeah, and then we get the awful, it's sunny and not raining as the dove goes up, but it's still pissing down on Harrison Ford and the body here? Or does he realize Harrison Ford can pass on his information so he lives on? You win a cake. You win a cake. No one's having my cakes. Oh, still have it on DVD, VHS. I'm missing the Laserdisc. Ah, that's a good point. Where's my DVD? I've got it out ready. Can I put it down somewhere? God damn it. Anyway, I had the I don't think it's the direct. I think it's the director's got on DVD. Yes, I think because how much he cherishes life and he does one good thing before he dies, and yes, so it's both. So he doesn't. I guess you're through, huh? But yeah, James Edward almost. Oh, finished. There we go. Yeah. So where? So how did he get his gun back? James Edward almost is always awesome. There you go. Didn't see the spinner. Yeah. Gaff. It's too bad she won't live. But then again, who does? But yeah. And he goes home. I don't know. Who sleeps with a cover over their face? Anyone? Anyone? Should have made it a poll. Right, while we're still got people here, it's early days and it's Friday night, so we'll carry on for a little bit looking at Rutger's career, because I was going to do a VHS years, but 90% of the films no one's ever heard of, so we'll have a quick look at that and about him as we're wrapping up August. So let me work on that while you watch with this LED on his gun. We won't bother doing the Dutch years because I can't pronounce none of those names. Spetters is about the only name I can come up with, but we'll start at Nighthawks, I think. I remember the Unicorn Dream and Gaff leaves Unicorn origami. Yeah, see? Because Gaff knows his dreams. So how would he know his dreams? It's all true. All of our experiences and work, etc., were lost, forgotten in time, like tears in the rain or dust in the wind, dude. Unless our memories come in the back room. Spoilers. I haven't seen that yet. Remember, Deckard knows Rachel's memories. See? I've got maybe 40 Ruck Hour films on DVD. Implanted memories, yes. I think someone had the same. Doesn't was it Brian James's character had the same photo as Rachel of her mother? And the spider story about the spiders, or damn, was damn, can't remember her name. I think she's in Carrie. She told the story to one of the writers. Ah, cheers to you, Davey. Dust, wind. Right, so I love you. So I guess she technically doesn't know what love is as such, but she has strong feelings of something. So isn't that just love? So yes. Right, so now what? They have to escape. But why? She's wearing the massive coat. It's not going to fit in the spinner. All right, let's take the pole down. Obviously, the final cut wins that round. And then, yes, he's obviously been to a hospital or something because he has his proper bandaged up. And then he sees the metal unicorn, hence the. Oh, no worries, Sean. Glad you could make the whole thing and enjoy a nice pizza. So, metallic unicorn. It's a hint. And it's a nod from Harrison Ford saying he understands. And then we're off to the Overlook Hotel with unused footage from The Shining there. And a bit of sax solo going on here. Oh, Dr. Impossible turned up. Didn't Hans Zimmer write the score for this film? Or should I say, like, in his dreams, like Refkin? No, he did the sequel, though, didn't he? Or part of the sequel. Where she's got her big hair. Her 4 years, he figured. He was wrong. Tyrella told me Rachel was special. No termination date. I didn't know how long we'd have together, but who does? There we go. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. All right, well, we enjoy the titles. Let's have a look. If I share this, let's have a look at some power goodness. Where is my picture? There it is. Right. Where's my... It's taking a while. There it is. Spetters. So we'll start there. So here we go. This is Rutger Hauer's VHS years. Yep. What a film, exactly. We all love this film. 10 out of 10 from Sean. Special replicant. Rachel, she's special. But yeah, we could just edit it into the opening of The Shining. Right. So there's Spetters. That's his Dutch film. Is he in the picture there? I can't see him. Is he one of those guys? But there we go. Never seen Spetters, nor have I. But it's an 18. I like the unicorn scene at the end. There's some cuts and some unused footage from Legend. I think you are correct there, I think. Oh, but it was shot for this. Okay. Isn't there unicorns in Legend? Oh, that was later, wasn't it? Legend, wasn't it? Of course it was. Right, so there's Spetters, and then we go. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, double shit. Oh, I got two versions, haven't I? Right. We went backwards. Sorry, not forward. So Spetters in the US version, obviously 3 men with dreams, 1 woman with a plan. But yes, we love Split Second. Yeah. Legends is not great, even with the Tangerine Dream score. That's probably the best thing about it. Then, of course, we did Nighthawks. We've done that. His first American film. Same picture. And then we got, hang on, I got to bring up my list. Spetters is decent, okay. So, Nighthawks in 81. Chanel Solitaire in 81. And there you go. That's the American box. Karen Black's in it. Rutger Hauer. Timothy Dalton. I don't know this film. But it's obviously about Chanel. Yeah. I'm not sure, Myers. Right. So then you got Inside the Third Reich with Derek Jacobi, John Gielgud, Trevor Howard, Ian Holm, which was 82, same year as this, Blade Runner. That's the UK thing. And then there's the a non-blonde one. It's weird that the non-blonde one is in the German film. Right. Then you got Blade Runner, which was that. I'm just listening to the music at the moment. Right. And of course, the winner of Los Angeles Film Critics Award, 3 British Academy Awards. But yeah. So there's that. Then there's a film called Eureka, which is from 1983. I don't know that one. Who's in that? John McCain. Looks like a German. Oh, no, Ed Walter's in it. Mickey Rourke's in it. Joe Pesci's in it. Anyone know this one? When Gold Loses His Glitter. So there's the US. Oh, that's the Gene Hackman film he was on about. Didn't recognize him with white hair. So there you go. Ah, there you go. Of course. So he wouldn't have filmed it in because he didn't have it. So there we go. Yes, that's it. Coco Chanel, the designer. It's full of shit most of the time. A lot of the time, yes. I don't trust him anymore. Right, there we go. Let's take that down. Yes. Okay, remember it being dull, considering the cut. Okay. What about the Osterman Weekend? That's another one. That's Sam Peckinpah, based on a Robert Ludlum book. And I remember that not being too great either. So it's Rutger Hauer and John Hurt. But that was 83. So there's the American poster. Oh, we get the arrow in ours, which is because it's early 80s. Okay, the film has finished. Right, let's close that down. Then there's the Breeder Part. I've seen the trailer for this 1,000 times back in the day, but I don't think I've ever seen it. It's got Powers Bruce in it. Yeah, Osterman was underwhelming. Too bad you won't live. Bit of an oversell. I've got time for. I still need to watch Crime Wave properly. So there's no American poster. Donald Pleasant's in it. Kathleen Turner, Powers Booth, but he's what's he there? He's either stealing the eggs or protecting the eggs. I can never remember which one it is. Looks good, but the film is overly made complex. Ooh. Crime Wave is free on Tubi. There you go. A Breeder Apart is weird, but love that one. Okay, I need to check it out. Yes, it's not an action film. Yeah, there you go. That's it. This film, which is it 84? Yeah, it is 84. I always thought it was later than that. But then there's Lady Hawk with the fife, even though that's probably not the best picture of anyone in that drawing. But and then yeah, where's Howard in that one? Was that 85 with Lethal Weapon Man. Then we get Flesh and Blood. Oh look, there's you can almost see, or you do get to see she's got no hair in this film down below. But this was supposed to be tonight, but it's not really a film you could have a lot of fun with. The amount of grape sodas in it. And then I'm not sure what this fucking poster is. The Sword of the Rose, as it was named, called in America. Yes. Oh, they just remade A Breed Apart? Surely not. Ah, that's it. XYZ Murders. That's what I've heard it called before. Thank you. So yeah, I'm not sure. That makes it look like a romantic adventure film, doesn't it? With the sword and the roses and it's not even what she looks like in the film, is it? Oh yeah, that is a shot from Wanted Dead or Alive as well. There's the Hitcher from Canon Films, so it must be a good one. So where is the Wanted Dead or Alive Hitcher 86? There you go. And that's the poster I remember. But I think that's the one I rented back in the day. And of course, that's the American one. There's the Wanted Dead or Alive. See, I didn't even bother editing these pictures because I gave up. It's both 86. I always thought this was 88, but there we go. There's the got it the wrong way around, but never mind. Okay. Oh, Oliver Harper loves. Actually, my mate Oliver Harper. Argento's 3D Dracula. I'll get my glasses. Right. And then we take a turn with I didn't put in. There's a TV movie, Escape from Sobib or Door, but I didn't bother with that. The Legend of the Holy Drinker in '88. I don't know his greatest performance of his career, even though he likes Blade Runner, same as Ridley Scott. That's his favorite film, allegedly. Then we get The Bloodhounds of Broadway, where he plays the Brain in 1989. I don't think I've seen that. Is he on the poster? Oh yeah, there he is. I think he's that with the cigar at the top. But I don't know much about that one. Back with the hot chocolate and muesli. Spetses is good but challenging. Okay. Yeah, I have heard that. Then there's the American poster. There he is on the side. Madonna's in it. Randy Quaid. Oh, that's Madonna at the top right. Jennifer Grey, Julie Haggerty. Okay. Then we get the Blind Fury. Haven't got any of this weird shit. Blind Fury, of course, 89. I think it's, there's the American poster or VHS cover. But neither sell the film as what it is. Then, here we go. So this is Crystal or Ash, Fire or Wind, as long as it's love from 89. So it's got Natasha Kinski, so lots of gash in that one, I'm guessing. Then we get The Blood of Heroes. I thought this was early 90s, but it is 89 apparently. It's The Blood of Heroes in America, or it's Salute of the Jugger with my mate Richard Norton in this one. Yes, I did. This is why I sort of do these things, to find out more of these films that you never knew existed, especially with someone of his level. But it's a apocalyptic adventure. They travel doing all this sport, and yes, fluctuated between action and art, weird art. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Right, so there you go. The Blood of Heroes, as it's known in America. Joan Chen before she becomes a doorknob. Twin Peaks reference there. That is the weirdest thing. Never explained what that is. Is she just? Yeah, I'm not even gonna. It could take forever to explain that one, couldn't it? Let me make this a bit bigger. There we go. Right, then there's The Wedlock, which I think was it a TV movie. It says the Guinness ads started in 1989. There was a TV show called Law of the Desert he did. Then this is 91, so he didn't do anything in 90. Must have been off like Guinness money. So of course Wedlock, and then some places it's Deadlock. So there you go. 4 stars from Video Movie Guide. See? Although that's a foreign label, so I misjudged the VHS collectors, normally American label. Then we get Past Midnight with Natasha Richardson. I remember renting that back in the day, but the great thing about Howard, he always Howard, no matter what film he makes, just like plain wallpaper. But when push comes to shove, he can make a slight difference. Yeah, Jugger, another awesome dirty film. Not in that way. No, yeah. What is a Jugger? It's the sport. I don't know if it's the sport or the player. Yeah, £2 per night. So that's probably what I paid for it. But it's Natasha Richardson, also known for Get That Kit Off. And then there's the American version. Please rewind. Can't remember much about it. Then we start getting into the straight-to-video stuff, I think. Beyond Justice in 91. Don't know who's in that. Rutger Hauer, Carol Alt, Elliot Gould, Omar Sharif. So yeah. And then it's called, so Beyond Justice in America, Desert Law in the UK. Past Midnight is duller than sheer. There you go. Wedlock was a HBO premiere. Thank you. Wanted Dead or Alive shot again. Okay. Where was that? That one. But yeah. Only one man can defy tradition. Then we get to the excellent split second. So we did, what's it, Blade Runner set in 2019. This is set in 2008. So this was 92 now. Still doing the Guinness ads. There's the split second spoiler for the monster. Venom's in this one. Beyond Justice is a short version of Desert Law, basically a mini serial. It's crap. Juggler is basically rugby with weapons. That's a good way to put it. Okay. Then the best Buffy thing ever. So yeah, he plays the teacher, he's not Dracula, he's the head vampire. Is he Dracula? I can't remember now. Considering I like that one. Desert Law. Gareth, SCTV or Kids in the Hall? I haven't seen either. I've seen clips of SCTV, sorry. I haven't seen a proper... I saw the Christmas edition, I think, or Halloween one of SCTV. Right, so there's Buffy. Then there's Blindside. Someone mentioned Blindside earlier. So Blindside was a TV movie from 93 with the lovely Rebecca De Mornay. An unrated version, violence, nudity, hard R. I wouldn't expect anything less from Rebecca. Then, yeah, so there's the UK poster. Some of these are a bit backwards. No witness, no evidence, no way out. I definitely remember that cover. I don't know how I rented it. Oh, the only Buffy he's watched. Oh shit. Blindside is his most underrated. All right, I'll have to check that one out. Then we get to Voyage with my mate Eric Roberts, which is, where's that? Another TV movie from 93. I think people said it's the same as Dead Calm, isn't it? And I do have that somewhere. I forgot to bring it up. I've got it on a retail VHS, but it's only a 15, and you don't see. I don't know if you see Karen Allen's ass, but you see a lot of whatever her name is. That's in Dead Calm. Does look like. Then we get Arctic Blues. So that is from 93. Hell on the Edge of Civilization. I have no idea if anyone knows anything about that one. But then that's the, yeah. When the nights get longer, the people get crazy. So then we got Surviving the Game with Ice-T, Charles S. Dutton, John C. McGinley, my mate William McNamara, Gary Busey, and F. Murray Abraham. Can't trust him. Thank you. Did get, yeah, it was a bit all over the place, but yeah. I am tempted to get him on his own, but I don't know. like it more than Dead Come. Okay. All right. Thank you, Sabine. Very kind of you. So yeah, that's the UK poster, and then that's the US poster, which is not the best. Then Forbidden Choices, where he gets a tash out. He did The Beans of Egypt in '94. This could be the same. Oh, there you go. Based on the novelization of Beans of Egypt. Yes. So this is '94 now. It's got Kelly Lynch and Martha Plimpton. Oh, you see the other girl, Lots. I think she went on to star in Gladiator too. Oh, okay. Yeah. Love Surviving, but the cover's a bit shit, yeah. Hope so. Right. So then, yeah. Yeah. Forbidden Choices. Forbidden Choices. It looks like, I don't know, is that Rutger? Or is that someone else banging his red-headed daughter? Then we get something with Bruce Dern and Diane Keaton, which is The Final Flight, Amelia Earhart, which is a TV movie. Oh, never heard of it. So then, yeah, TV movie put on VHS. Nostradamus. Remember this coming out? I never watched it. Looked a bit too weird, especially that hat with candles. But yeah, it's got Checky Cario, Amanda Plummer, Julia Ormond, someone else, Rick Howard, F. Murray Abraham. Again, that was in 94. Sorry, he plays the Mystic Monk. Okay, so there you go. That's the, the evil eyes. Okay, then we get to there's Fatherland, more Germany in a TV movie in '94 with Miranda Richardson. Yeah, some of these are very difficult to get pictures of all VHS covers. Yes, historical stuff is his other stuff. Specialty. Then we get Beyond Forgiveness. Yeah, I can't read who's in this, but it's an 18. It's he's Dr. Lem in '94. There you go. It's got Thomas Ian Griffith and John Rhys Davis. Yeah, his '80s work is a lot better. Yeah, thank you. You spelled it right at least. I can't pronounce it. Then we get Mr. Stitch, which looks interesting. So that's a TV movie where he's Dr. Rue Wakeman in '95. But yeah, written and directed by Roger Avery. It's got Will Wheaton. I guess that's him on the right. I don't know. Someone Peebles. I can't read the other name. Fatherland is a family film. Agreed by the late 80s. It's losing its way. Yeah. Some of these are bloody hard to find. Probably didn't get beyond VHS. I think you are correct. I'd be struggling to find some of these. And then it's back with Joan Chen in Precious Find in '96. It's only a 15, so I don't expect too much. And Brian James, I think it says there. So, Universal Color of Goa Agreed is gold. But that is like a sci-fi film. Oh, Mr. Stitch. There's no good reviews. Rude Awakening, I get it. Ah, there you go. Oh, I've seen Precious Find. It's awful. Okay, moving right along. Then we get Cross Worlds with Josh Charles, Stuart Wilson, and Andrea Roth. So yeah, a lot of these low-budget, straight-to-video sci-fi films. Cross Worlds was '96. So he's got 3 sci-fi films in '96. This is the second. Oh, is that Josh Charles? Okay, I get it. It's a PG-13. Then the third film is Robots Rule the Earth. Only one man can stop them. Sounds familiar. It's Amiga Doom. It's in and he plays the character called Amiga Doom. Oh, Crossfields is a lot of fun. Worth a watch. Okay. Look at how served as the iconic disembodied voice of the UK television advertisements for Lurpak. Then there's no other post for that. Then he did another version of Jack London's Call of the Wild, Dog of the Yukon, where he is a TV movie from '97. Then you get Blast. Oh, We might have missed one. Yeah, there was Knocking on Heaven's Door, but I think that was just a cameo in '97, so I didn't include it. My future mate, hopefully Andrew Divoff, is in Blast with Rutger Hauer as Leo. So now we're getting into him just appearing as cameos. So Blast is from '97. And then Bleeders is awesome from '97. He did a TV series or an episode of Lex. But Bleeders, I think, yeah, this is a plastic covering with red liquid in. So making him is not good. Okay. Call of the Wild shows up about an hour in. Oh, he shows up about an hour. Yes, actually, he would have made a good Doctor. I would have watched that. Oh, he's Morpion and in a wheelchair in that one. Oh, yes, Harrison Ford did do a recent version of Call of the Wild, didn't he? I would watch Howard and Doctor Who. Then, yeah, we're getting into the very hard to find stuff. Red Line in '97 with Mark Dacascos. That's another future film. Then Tactical Assault. He did a TV movie called Ruby Ring, but I don't think I can find anything on that, maybe. He was Captain John Doc Holliday, in with Robert Patrick in this Tactical Assault, which is... No, I thought it was going to be directed by Fred Olen Ray or someone, but it's not. Okay. Red Line is balls. Okay. Bleeders, never seen it. Okay. Into the right shite now. Well, yes, we're going to be getting into the early 2000s. Then we get Bone Daddy, which is '98. He did 2 episodes of Merlin in '98, where he's King Vortigern. But who knows what Bone Daddy is. There you go. There's a British poster. 7-style serial chiller. So is it that good? Red Line is also known as Armageddon. Thank you. But it's balls. Yes, losing steam. Like, I guess he's doing new things, as he said. Doesn't he have... Where's the actors in this? Anyway. Then we get Simon Magnus. You can see why I didn't make this a special. Because it's very hard once you get out of the 80s. Simon Magnus in '99. It does have good reviews. So it's obviously a bit more serious than the usual fare. Oh, and then we get to... Oh, it's a crappy Sevon riff. Okay. He should have been plucked out of his dross by a good director to showcase the talent in something classy. That's why Batman Begins, he was highlighted. Oh, Batman, and it's starring Rutger Hauer's in it, coming back in it. But yeah, New World Disorder with Andrew McCarthy. So you have someone else who's big in the 80s. By 1999, as he's David Marks in this. Partners in Crime is 2000. Pamela Porchakisiova. Well, full-length screen, I see. New World is a fun techno thriller. He's quite funny. Okay. Headshot or Split Second was for me pretty much the end of his worthwhile stuff. Okay. Oh, Bone Daddy is basically a doctor solving crimes. Oh, it's Quincy. We love Quincy. Then we get Slow Burn. Minnie Driver, Jane Spader, Josh Brolin, and Stuart Wilson. So he's not even mentioned on the cover of that one, which is 2000. He was in 7 episodes of The 10th Kingdom. I don't think I ever watched it. It was fantasy, wasn't it? And he was in the music video for Kylie Minogue's On a Night Like This. Right, what are we doing? Then we get to Lying in Wait. I am ashamed that you've seen them as well. But thanks, because we need someone that's seen these. A film where Schwarzenegger took on Brian James with that lead antagonist would have been amazing, yes. Seems that most of these action stars by the mid-90s all went down. Yes, everyone seemed to be affected by the 90s, didn't they? But this is, what is this? Lying in Wait, yes, 2001 with the Virginia Madison. And then we get Turbulence 3, Heavy Metal, with Rutger Hauer right at the bottom there. But Joe Mantegna, Craig Schaefer, and Gabriel Anwar. So a lot of people needing work back then, 2001. He's co-pilot Macintosh. I bet he's not in the film. There we go. Right, let's wrap this up. So Flying Virus, which is probably got a different name. He's in a short. No, we ignore the short. Flying Virus. He's Ezekiel in 2001. The Gods The Bankers of God, the Calvary Affair. He's Archbishop in that. But yeah, it's an Italian film by the look of it. Yes. I was at the on a night like this tour. Oh, nice. They do have the same look, don't they? Right. Then we get Scorcher, more Marta Cascos, more John Rhys Davis. And then we get Warrior Angels with what's his name? John Vernon's in it. Arnold Vosloo. But there we go. I think we get to the last film. That was a cinema release, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Yeah, actually, were you on the road with that, or you went to see it? That's a good point. I've got Violent Doris, haven't even attempted it. Okay. I think that is it for the VHS years. Whew. Right. Let's have a look. He did a lot of stuff after that. Let's pick out the best. So he did one episode of Alias TV show. He did Dracula 2 Ascension, took over from Gerald Butler. 2 episodes of Smallville. He was Barlow in the remake of Salem Was Not on TV. Then Sin City, he was the Cardinal in that, small part in that. Batman Begins, both in 2005. Dracula 3 in 2005. Poseidon Adventure remake. Oh no, Poseidon Adventure TV remake in 2005. Gold 2, 2007. Then we pretty much stuff I've never even heard of. Hobo with a Shotgun was 2011. The Right with Anthony Hopkins in 2011. Then Dracula 3D in 2012. Bachelor Trip in 2012. Yeah, that's pretty much. Until we get to Scorpion King 4, 2015. And Valerian 2017. And that pretty much is it. Iron Mask in 2019 with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jackie Chan, and she passed away after that. Right, there we go. Sadly, yeah, as if he was this deep in DVD. All right, thanks everyone for joining me for this tonight and August, which is now going into Steven Seagal September. Yes, the memo, the famous line from Batman. Yes, he did get something to be remembered by, but there we go. Thanks, everyone. And for tomorrow night, it's some comedy. We love a good comedy. Here we go. See you then. Thanks.
Some people belong to the Bushwood Country Club for the fine cuisine.
This steak still has marks where the jockey was hitting it.
Some belong for the stimulating conversation.
I think I will.
And some just don't belong.
You think I'd join this crummy snobatorium?
Caddyshack, starring Chevy Chase, Rodney Dangerfield, Ted Knight, and Bill Murray as Carl. It's the snobs against the slobs in Caddyshack, rated R.